Hello everybody and welcome to the June bullet journal monthly setup. I cannot believe we are almost halfway through the year already. It does not feel like it has been 6 months, yet somehow here we are. Once again, we have a lovely easy setup for you, and by you I mean for me today for June. I decided to do something a little bit different than I usually do, not in how I lay everything out, but this is certainly a theme that I have never done before in any of my bullet journals. And if you have a keen eye, you can clearly see that the theme is simply hexagons. Lots and lots of cute little hexagons, which, spoiler alert, feel like they look a lot nicer roughly drawn in pencil than they do when I have finished colouring them in and outlining them in my black pen. Speaking of pens, the one I'm using is currently running out of ink, because absolutely of course it is. That is not the first time that this happens in this video. You know me, I absolutely love it when a month starts or ends at the beginning or the end of a week. June has given me the end. The only issue I face is the fact that there's only 2 days at the very beginning of the week, which makes for a very empty weekly page, which then I have to think of to fill with something. What? I don't know just yet. We'll see what I do a little bit later in the video. In 3, 2, 1, and everything is coloured in, and in just a moment you'll see what I mean about the looking nicer without the outlines and coloured in than it does with the outlines, at least in my personal opinion, because for some reason with that pen I just could not make a straight line to save my life at all whatsoever. So we've got the yellows and the oranges and for some reason grey as the colours for this month, which are not typically colours I tend to use. I'm much more of a pink, purple, blue girl, but I think those colours work really nicely with the sort of hexagon honeycomb feeling I'm going for. This yellow one that I'm using right now, consistently running out of ink. I'm so surprised it actually lasted in all of the pages. I really thought I was going to have to find another yellow one in order to finish off what I was doing. Luckily everything shined down for me, and after a little break from colouring in, the colour was restored and I managed to do a few little more of the hexagons. I did have a thought while I was doing this to add some bees to the page just to sort of fill out the design a little bit more. I 100% decided against that, because having bees was just one extra thing that I would have to draw and then colour in and then have there, so I just literally left it as the hexagons, which, to be fair, looking back on it, I think work really well as they are, as a really nice, interesting, visually design that we have going on. And there's that stupid little blank space there that I have absolutely no idea what to do with. I don't know what that was. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. It's absolutely fine. If you look carefully, this next hexagon I colour in, you can see where the ink is just not happening with that pen. See how much I struggle to fill in the colour. that was really irritating the entire time I went through making and designing this, but at no point at all whatsoever did I think to myself, I should get a new pen so this one doesn't bother me so much, because I guess in my head it just wasn't worth the hassle of trying to find another yellow pen in a very similar shade so nothing looked off. That's just the type of person I am. I shall complain about something but do absolutely nothing to fix the problem, even though it's probably very easily fixable. I just like to suffer. Don't ask me why. Heading into the last and final pages of this bullet journal setup, as you can see, it is precisely exactly the same as it was the pages before. I think that's one of the issues that I am finding with this type of design that I am doing in all of my months. Yes, they look pretty. Yes, I think they are visually interesting. Yes, they are a lot easier for me to do because everything is exactly the same every single month, and every page is going to have a very similar design to it because that's the theme of the month. But it doesn't quite make for a very visually interesting video, seeing me do the same things over and over again. But I suppose I can't have both, or I could probably have both, I just need to figure out how to have both. We are back to the evil page of absolute nothingness, in which I decided to just add a simple quote as opposed to filling it with extra large versions of the hexagons, which is typically what I do end up doing if I have massive space. It does just become a huge version of whatever the theme is. I wasn't quite bothered to colour in very large hexagons though, especially with that yellow pen running out. So a quote it is. And this one, I don't know why I picked this one. I guess it just spoke to me. And I really don't like how I'm just writing these quotes, because usually I do write it all in pencil and make it all look nice and neat and orderly before I start writing the quote out, just so it doesn't look stupid or uneven. Here I am just winging it anyway, and one day the girl with the books became the woman writing them. And I don't know, that quote is me, that quote is most of us, let's be 100% honest. And here we have the washi tape. I ummed and ahed over the washi tape, as you can see here. I don't know, I feel like adding washi tape wasn't really going to add, it was going to crowd the pages if I added all three. So I'm experimenting here, just adding orange on the edge of just where the hexagons are, just as a little something extra, just to see how it looks. But you will quickly see that I ended up not liking how that looked at all, and just decided to get rid of it and forego the washi tape completely, because I just did not like how it looked. And with the removal of the washi tape, that is officially my bullet journal monthly setup for the month of June. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love the simplicity, I love the geometric shapes, I love the colours. I don't love that I haven't put numbers for any of the days of the month, because yes, I was going to trip me up later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!